The latest attacks showed the extent to which Russia disregards peace efforts, Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha said. Russia said its air defenses had repelled more than 150 drones, while an oil refinery caught on fire after a Ukrainian drone strike. Tuesday's talks will be mediated by Steve Witkoff, President Trump's special envoy, and Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law. Ukraine will be represented by National Security Council Secretary Rustem Umerov and President Volodymyr Zelensky's Chief of Staff, Kirilo Budanov. The Russian delegation includes presidential aide Vladimir Medinsky and members of the military intelligence figures. "I don't think we should expect any news today," said Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov, adding the talks would continue on Wednesday. Speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One, Donald Trump on Tuesday said Ukraine had better come to the table fast. The US president has previously signaled his impatience with the lack of swift progress in solving the four-year conflict. Russia occupies roughly 20% of Ukraine, including parts of the eastern Donbass region. The Kremlin wants Ukraine to hand over large areas of that territory, which Ukraine has ruled out. For Kiev, robust security guarantees from the West must come before any proposals with Russia can be agreed. At least 3 energy workers were killed near the frontline city of Sloviansk in Monday's overnight attacks, Ukraine's Deputy Energy Minister, Artem Nekrasov, announced on Telegram. A further 9 people, including children, were injured across the country, Zelensky said. More than 10 residential buildings and railway infrastructure damaged. Russia must be held to account for its aggression, he wrote on X, adding, "For peace to be real and just, action must target the sole source of this aggression." Kiev said 12 regions were hit, damaging infrastructure and leaving thousands without power in the southern city of Odessa. DTEK, the country's largest private energy firm, said power infrastructure in the city had suffered incredibly serious damage, adding it would take a long time to return to a working condition. Ukraine is facing an acute energy crisis after months of relentless Russian attacks on its infrastructure, and as it struggles through a freezing winter. It launched its own volley of attacks on Russia overnight. Officials said a fire broke out at the Ilsky oil refinery in the southern Krasnodar region after a drone strike. A reservoir storing oil products also caught fire. The border region of Belgorod continued to come under attack, with Ukraine launching dozens of drones and causing significant damage of power infrastructure. These latest discussions follow last month's trilateral talks in Abu Dhabi, https://www.bbc.co.uk/news/articles/CWY6P300540, which were the first three-way between Russia, Ukraine, and the US since Moscow launched its full-scale invasion of its neighbor in 2022. They ended with no breakthrough, although the first prisoner of war exchanges in months took place shortly after.